damn it. Hey everybody, it's Monday and you're listening to the Deos Man Cave with your host, Brad Vidrios.
Yes.
And the producer.
Hey, I'm Jake. I hope you can hear me.
I don't think we can.
I don't know.
How about you across the table?
I am Nick. What's going on?
Yeah, so we're here again without David this time. We're having a three-piece today.
Yep. Fuck David.
Just like every good band.
Usually.
No, four-piece bands are for losers.
That's pretty much every band out there.
That's actually part of the joke because our band is a four-piece band.
Except for the drummer. We don't need the drummer.
Also, yeah, we have a microphone switch, so if we sound different than normal, that's because we're on different microphones as well.
We switch every time.
Every time.
Every time we switched.
So tell us which sounds best, because there's only 3 different possible configurations for all the microphones.
At www.whichonesoundsbest.com.
Is that even a website?
Probably is.
Okay, well.
Oh, yeah, so here we are. It's another Monday in the second week of February. I don't know, the 10th. February 10th.
'Tis the 10th.
And last week we took a break because our friend Brandon, as we know, who killed himself, he actually killed himself on stage.
He's playing right now.
His band is playing.
Well, I mean...
This band's playing it. This is the opening intro, which is pretty cool.
His band is playing, and we saw his final show as this entity of this band, Sick As Your Secrets, last Monday. It was Monday night, so we took the week off. And Brandon got his liver sliced open with a giant spin kick, and that's not a joke.
And now he's dead.
Yeah, he died a horrible death.
In the pit to some other band that wasn't really that great. So yeah, that's seriously what happened. And then this intro music, we can never really play this intro music again because they're not going to sound anything like this when they come back.
Why can't we play
our
this?
intro music. It's not their music.
Now they won't copyright it. This is great.
Right. Everyone should use it then. All right.
Well, I mean, they still wrote it.
I don't think I've ever
we
heard
have
this
the
far into the song
permissions
before.
This is when I usually start turning it down.
Yeah, but
It's a good song.
Who did the cleans?
Johnny.
It's Johnny.
Really?
Yeah.
Their producer did a great job. Not to diss on Johnny.
Johnny's really good.
He can scream really well. I know that. Well, guys.
Anyway.
That's our introduction here. What have you all been playing?
What an introduction.
Let's go with Jake first. What have you been playing?
What have I been playing?
Yep.
I've been playing a certain game. You shouldn't.
God.
You shouldn't start with me because I'm dealing with things. Okay, I got
Nick,
it.
you should start.
I should start? Okay,
yeah.
Let's see. We've been gone for 2 weeks, so I've been playing...
This board is so shitty.
The board that we used to mix always sounds like crap. And it's probably going to be the worst it sounds.
Yeah, this is probably worse than last week. And last week was pretty shitty.
It's like on its last leg. We're going to have to take it out back and shoot it.
And before we figured out all the secrets to this board, you have to half unplug one of the cables in order for everyone to get stereo sound. That is how awful this board is.
That just ain't right.
We're going digital interface to actual board. We do have equipment here. But we are still 3 dudes in the living room.
Yep.
Talking about nothing.
Talking about our friends getting sliced open in the liver.
And broing out. Making broing out. Broing out. I get those two confused all the time.
So Nick, what you been playing?
Well, for 2 weeks, I've been playing Age of Empires 3.
Weird.
Yeah.
I saw you playing that with Griffin.
I wish.
I was playing that with Griffin and Joe.
I wish I could play that game with you.
I know. You should. I can't wait for you to get Windows on your computer.
Do it. Do it, faggot.
Okay. We'll talk like this.
Do it.
It actually does sound way worse when you do that.
It sounds so much worse.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Do it, faggot.
Anyway, playing Age of Empires 3.
We could say that.
Oh, yeah, you can say. We can say faggot now.
Jesus.
Faggot. Faggot.
Faggot.
Not to offend anyone out there. We're all just racist.
All you fags out there, we're real sorry.
We actually enjoy you faggots.
Yeah.
I think
Say
it's
it with some staccato.
I think it's
faggot.
I think it's more offensive if you call them faggots instead of fags. I think that's almost worse to call them faggots.
I think it's pretty much the same thing.
I think that's offensive no matter how you put it.
Tell us in the comments section down below.
Yeah, tell us. Do you prefer fags or faggots?
Or did you just leave?
Excuse me, bundle of cigarettes.
Or sticks.
Or sticks. Which one do you prefer?
Faggot.
That just reminds me of
Donald Glover.
Donald Glover.
From the Greco-Roman-based word we're not allowed to say. And the Latin-based faggot.
So, Nick, what you been playing? What else you been playing?
What else have I been playing?
Yeah.
Since you guys
Other than Age of
rudely
Empires?
interrupt me.
You been playing
Yeah,
faggots?
Age of Empires, and then I got into Magicka
Again.
with Griffin again.
Griffin.
The game's kind of old.
And my computer can't really run it that well.
That's kind of sad.
It can run it, it's just really slow at it. But other than that, that's a really fun game. Combining powers and blowing each other up and
It's a
blowing up.
Describe for people who don't know what Magicka is, because nobody really knows what Magicka is, even though it's an old game. What is Magicka?
Magicka is like an RPG, but it doesn't have any level up elements. You just kind of go around looking for books that give you more power, and you have like 8 powers, I think it is, that you can combine, like rock and water and
Sounds boring.
death and stuff, and then you can team up. It's mostly cooperative. It's way fun.
Yeah, you put that mic in your mouth.
It's way fun.
Deeper in your mouth. Oh, yes.
Oh, Jesus. Say something.
Oh, God, that's my microphone.
Say something.
He totally just shoved that entire microphone up his ass. I mean, mouth.
The same hole, as far as my clients are concerned.
As far as the faggots are concerned.
So,
Don't
Brad,
call them that.
what have you been playing
Don't
other
twist.
than the
Don't
skin
twist.
flute?
Geez, what have I been? I've been playing UFC Undisputed 3
Yes.
from like 3 years ago, because Jake and I started to play that. What else have I been playing? Wish I was playing more Mass Effect. Geez, I haven't really played many video games, have
What about Battlefield?
Grand Theft
I
Auto
came over and
5.
saw you battlefielding up.
I've been playing a lot of Battlefield 4.
That's all he ever
I
plays.
got really, really good at it for a short period of time, and the skills have deteriorated. But
It happens.
yeah, so, oh well. I was Division 2 in the world in skill
And now what? You're Division 10?
3.
Oh. I think that's where I'm at.
Poor Bobby.
Yep.
You know where I'm at?
0. The only way to win is not to play. You know what I have been playing, Jake? There is one game Jake and I have been playing.
Yeah.
Dev
And
Tycoon.
that's probably the story. It's probably the story of the week, too. Jake and I have been playing Flappy Bird.
Yeah.
Oh,
We're big fans of Flappy Bird.
That game sucks.
We'll get to that a little bit later, I think.
Yeah,
that
there
game
was a
is
whole
so
big,
bad.
It's pretty good.
Stay
It's so
tuned,
bad.
kids, because we're going
to talk about Flappy Bird and other
Is that
film-
supposed to, like, that voice supposed to get more people to listen?
Hey, everybody, come listen to our show.
Nobody actually, like,
Listens
who
to
actually
our show.
listens to a show about Flappy Bird?
Joe.
It's not just about Flappy Bird.
Just Joe.
Our only listener, Joe. Listener Joe.
Listener Joe.
Listener
We're going to start
Joe.
calling him Listener
We've
Joe.
got
you
listener
asshole.
Joe and listener Matt.
And
Matt, does
listener
Matt
Thomas.
actually listen?
I'm
I
sure
don't
if
know.
we tell him.
He listened to our old show.
He did listen to our old show.
So did Thomas.
Wow, this show is awful.
This show is
This
much
show is
worse.
really awful.
It's so much worse. We don't have any of the cool gadgets and
Yeah.
stuff.
That made us sound good, and that's the only reason people listen to
People
us.
people are listening to this like, why would I keep listening to this?
But fuck you, we don't need you.
That's a good point. We should probably just
Yeah.
shut this off right now.
Let's no. We're good. We're good.
We
just,
good.
Just get
We're
into
already
news.
here. This
Get
is
into
too
news.
much.
Breaking news.
What have I been playing? What have I been playing?
Nobody cares what you've been playing. You've been playing Flappy Bird
No,
and the
I've been
other
playing
Dev
some-
Tycoon.
I've been playing
shit.
something very important.
What?
I've been playing Sims 3.
Oh, okay.
Because that game isn't old.
That's a very important game in my life.
You know, Sims
Honestly,
4
there's-
is like coming out this year.
I know. I bought it for $5, dude.
Oh, okay. Then it's worth it.
There are a lot of people who are
Get that out of
actually
your
playing
mouth.
Sims 3
It's really gross.
right now. There are a lot of Let's Plays going on in Sims 3 for some reason.
Really?
Yep.
Maybe we should jump on.
You're right on the bandwagon. We should jump on it.
Yeah, we should.
You're there. You have the bandwagon.
Yeah, everyone else is doing it.
Who's playing Sims 3?
Joe. As far as like listener Joe. No, as far as Vine Sauce has been doing a few things with Sims 3. There's been some 4-player podcasts with Sims 3. Hasn't there? There has to be some sort of
I don't know.
Someone who is formerly Yogscast doing Sims 3.
Formerly Yogscast?
Yogscast currently or formerly?
I know Hannah.
Hannah did a long time ago.
Hannah from the Yogscast. I don't know if she does it anymore.
I don't care.
All right.
So
that's what I was.
Is that it?
Now let's get to the real chunk of the show, the thing that actually matters.
Flappy Bird.
Is that going to be our first story?
Oh, why not? Because it's taken the nation by storm, and right now there's Flappy Bird was made by like one dude with the last name that every Chinese person has, Nguyen. Or is it Vietnamese? Who cares? They're all the same.
It's usually Vietnamese.
I think he's Vietnamese. I'm pretty sure.
Something like
is
that.
Is it Nguyen? Is it Nguyen? Is it Nguyen? No one knows how it's pronounced.
Nougat.
It's not Nugent because it's Nguyen. Why would that be Nugent?
I don't know.
Nugent?
So anyway, that dude, he made Flappy Bird like years ago, like 2 to 3 years ago, and no one heard about it. And I don't know how it caught on, but it did.
I don't think it was that long ago.
Oh, I know he started making games 3 years ago at least.
Yeah, I think the game came out last year, earlier last year.
I think you can make a game like that in like 2 minutes.
He said he made it really quick.
Yeah, I'm sure it does. It has nothing to it.
Yeah, he said it was a simple game, and then everyone picked it up, and everyone realized just how fuck hard it was.
Yeah.
And so he gets hundreds of death threats every day, even though he made $50,000 a day with Flappy Bird. 50,000.
50,000
a day.
He has, due to the many numerous death threats he receives a day, he has just taken the game off the store.
That makes sense.
And right now, there's an iPhone 4 with Flappy Bird on eBay selling at like 63 bids. The highest bid is $90,000.
Oh my God!
Jesus Christ!
Because people want to play this game.
Yes. Look at how far the human race has gone.
This is ridiculous.
Think of all the advancements of humanity, and we are still in a place where people will pay $90,000 for Flappy Bird.
This is where like the meteor needs to like come down and just end it all.
You don't think that someone will create a game exactly like Flappy Bird in like 2 minutes though?
Yeah.
It will never be Flappy Bird.
It won't be called Flappy. It'll have the same.
It won't be
thing.
the same. It won't be the same.
What if it's like called Flying Hippo and it's just a hippo instead of a bird?
There's the same thing for Android.
It won't be the same.
It's called like Jellyfish Jump or something like that.
I have Flappy Bird on my Android.
Yeah, me too.
But there's another one. Oh, it's for Windows.
And there's
it's for Windows, and it's like
who cares about the Windows phone?
It's like that Tiny
People
Wings,
with Windows.
That Tiny Wings game. There was a
dude. I love Tiny Wings. That game had some girth.
Was weird.
Like an equivalent to the Android version.
It was way too easy to lose in Tiny Wings.
And
I mean, it's easy to lose in Flappy Bird.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
But you can restart really quickly in Flappy Bird.
Oh, okay. And then Tiny Wings, you'd have to go through menu, and then
People
restart.
get all butthurt about Flappy Bird. My high score is 75, and I find it as a quick little. It just happened one day. I went from 20 to 75 in one run.
Mine's 60.
How? I don't get it.
It just
Mine
happens.
was like 3, and I played for 2 minutes.
It just happens.
Someone at my school has like 150.
Why?
Like, what the hell?
When I get to 200, I will just break my phone and never play it again.
That's like 15 minutes or something?
I will just implode.
That's like 15 minutes of gaming.
I'll be like the monk who set himself on fire in the street to protest.
We should all do Let's Plays of Flappy Bird.
We should. No one else can get it.
I think
we're the chosen few.
Actually did it.
Go Bosco! Yeah, he already did it.
Never mind. Let's not do Flappy Bird.
Yeah, you're right.
Let's do the other thing.
Your mom.
What? Sure.
You want
to?
Not me. You.
We're gonna do your mom together.
I don't know.
You know who
Brad,
I would
I'm not
do?
gonna be in this.
You know who I
I'll
would do?
videotape it.
Sweet,
dude. You know how fucked up it'd be to videotape your old mom getting fucked by your 2 best friends?
Oh my God. That'd be great.
No. Anyway,
No, just silence.
Just no.
Can you turn a profit on it? Because if you could,
I need the
talk
money.
about Batman, Jake.
I need the money.
Okay, we're gonna talk about Batman.
Yeah.
What a transition!
Yep.
That is just.
We don't have any
Well,
transitions here.
I mean, Batman's mom and dad died.
I'd fuck Batman.
So
I'd fuck Batman too. Ben Affleck as Batman.
I'd fuck Batman. I wouldn't fuck Ben Affleck.
All right.
you'd fuck the idea of
this
I'd
is-
Batman.
fuck the idea. Of
This is actually a very serious topic for me because
Dun, dun, dun.
I'm madly in love with Batman. Everything that is Batman, I love, except for Batman and Robin.
I liked Bat.
Uh,
I liked
He
that.
can't
No,
even.
you
He
didn't.
can't even finish that sentence.
I was gonna say Batman and Robin, but then I just felt like saying that, and it came out as Bat. I like Bat.
I love.
I love Lamp.
Yeah, there was no better Batman than George Clooney. I'll tell you right now.
Yeah, he was the best.
He really
Rest
was.
in peace.
Rest his soul.
Rest in peace, George Clooney.
Yeah. I think.
All right, so Batman.
I think Philip
That's all
Seymour
we should-
Hoffman would be a good Batman.
He would.
Yeah, they should
Mm.
cast him.
They should cast him as
He
Batman.
actually would have been a good villain, I think.
Philip Seymour.
And I'm not even being disrespectful. I'm dead serious. He would have been a good villain.
dead.
Serious.
Wow. Wait. Okay.
Anyway, Batman seriousness.
Some serious Batman news. Last week. It was announced that
that
Jesse Eisenberg,
not Heisenberg,
not Heisenberg, is going to be
play Lex Luthor.
playing Lex Luthor.
I'm just going to crash everything you say before you say it. I'll
Yeah.
interrupt you. So, yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
That's Batman.
So, how do you feel about that, Brad?
I feel like it should have been Bryan Cranston, even though everybody knew he'd make a great Lex Luthor. And Jake likes the underdog approach, but I don't, because I think Jesse Eisenberg's not a very good actor.
Well, my theory behind Lex Luthor is he already played Lex Luthor once before. And
Your theory about
Nick's
Lex
mom
Luthor?
is just standing in the corner.
Your
freaking me
theory
out.
about Lex Luthor
It's
is
really
that he played
freaking
Lex
me out.
Luthor before.
She's just walked in and is freaking me out, man.
She likes to listen about the new Batman news.
Well, she can wait.
We're smoking all kinds of stuff
Not before the show.
in celebration of the show. Anyway,
Yeah, not before the show.
who's Jesse Eisenberg again?
Okay, Jesse Eisenberg was the guy in The Social Network. He
And
played.
so-
Oh, I always ask that, and I always feel stupid when I do.
In Zombieland.
Yeah, he played Mark Zuckerberg, and that's why I think he'll be a good Lex Luthor because
Mark Zuckerberg is the evil incarnate. He's the Lex Luthor of the
He
modern
is
age.
Lex Luthor.
No, I mean Mark Zuckerberg is very close to Lex Luthor. A very
Rich.
and the way they want to go about it this time is they want to have a young Lex Luthor. And what?
But an old, like
Batman.
Superman and Batman.
Superman's not old.
No.
Who's playing Superman?
The same,
The same guy.
The British guy.
Henry
Oh, okay.
Cavill. He's not old.
But Batman's going to be old.
Batman's going to
Batman's
be
gonna be
old
old.
as sin, which it's weird. It's really weird.
But then Red Hood comes and kicks everybody's ass.
Just a Red Hood. It's just the Joker.
What if they have Nightwing already established and
That'd
this
be
is a younger
That's what they've
Robin?
been. They've been.
I've-
that
talking-
would be sick
no,
as shit.
they have been talking about that.
It turns
Sweet.
into
So it's
into
not Dick
Superman
Grayson.
and Robin.
There, Nightwing is
Nightwing.
Dick Grayson.
is Dick Grayson.
But I thought there was going to be Robin in this film.
There's no confirmation on that. But there has been rumors about
That would be awesome.
right, and I think that would be a good reason to have an older Batman, because
Yeah.
it's hard to have a Robin in a Batman movie because without thinking that Batman is just a total crazy pedophile.
Yeah.
George Clooney.
Unless you do the thing.
But like the thing about the Batman
Okay.
and Robin movie with George Clooney. I'm sorry, I'll let you talk.
Okay, well, it's your thing. I'm just saying.
The thing about Batman and Robin with George Clooney is Robin was older in that movie. He was like 18, and that's just not the way it is, you know. Robin has to be younger to make it work, I think. So
Yeah, I would agree.
And if you saw Batman taking in a kid and letting him fight as Robin, you'd be like, "Wow, I don't like Batman." And that's why it'll never work. So, and that's why they would let it come in later with the development of
Nightwing.
Nightwing. I always call him Nighthawk. Nightwing.
Nighthawk is someone different.
Yeah. But that's my theory
Yeah.
behind that.
I feel like if they another way they could do it is just end Batman.
Just
and
kill him.
No, like he's
They
old.
did.
Like
Dark Knight Rises. He's dead.
He's not dead.
He's so dead.
He's not.
He's
Dude,
dead.
he gets blown up by a nuclear bomb.
He's
There's
so
no way
dead.
he's so dead.
But he's in
He's so dead.
Bermuda, Bahama. Come on, pretty mama.
No, dude. Don't. I don't care what Alfred is. Alfred's just like, I'm proud of you. Alfred was finally proud of Bruce.
They ended it in such a weird way.
They ended it so right.
Speaking
Anyway,
of
if-
Alfred.
Yeah, who's playing Alfred?
No, continue. I'm sorry. That was me.
I think if they wanted to stop Batman, he would be like an old guy in a bed, occasionally like in a wheelchair, kind of like Oracle, and he's just kind of mentoring Robin, and Robin's
Batman
doing all the
Beyond.
fighting. Yeah, kind of like Batman
it's
Beyond.
like Batman Beyond. Yeah. What was Batman's name in that show?
Oh, I don't
Terry.
know.
His name was like Terry in that show, I think.
Terrence.
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 And he was played
Fader.
by Eric from Boy Meets World.
Really?
Fun facts.
Wasn't the Joker played by
Who cares?
the dog from Adventure Time?
Jake.
Oh, that's an Under the
Who's
Red Hood.
also Marcus Phoenix.
That was
Who's also Bender.
Yeah.
Joe DiMaggio.
yeah,
Yeah, didn't he play in that Beyond?
John DiMaggio.
Didn't he play the Joker in
It was close enough.
It was in that movie Under the Red Hood.
Yeah.
He played the Joker. Yeah. But speaking of Alfred, it was also announced who's going to be playing Alfred.
Who's that?
He's going to be played by Jeremy Irons
From
from Lion King.
Yeah.
from Lion
He was
King?
Scar in the Lion.
Oh yeah, you told me that. That's weird.
He's British. He's old. I think it'll work.
And he's got a cool voice.
It's going to be cool because I think he's going to be more of a kick-ass Alfred. We've always seen him more.
Alfred's always been kick-ass. Michael Caine was kick-ass.
He was kick-ass.
As Alfred.
He was kick-ass, but he was still like proper. And I think something you see more in the comic books is Alfred literally kicking ass. Literally.
I don't know.
Kicking.
Why
ass.
can't we just have Micah Caine?
Michael Caine.
Michael Caine.
Micah Caine as
Michael
Alfred.
Caine.
Kicking ass.
Yeah.
Again.
Austin Powers' dad. Remember he played Austin Powers' dad. Remember that?
Yeah.
Remember when that was a thing
Dude.
I like that movie.
that happened?
That was a good movie.
You know what
That's also very much related to Batman.
it is.
It's very much just Batman.
We just related it to Batman, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
okay?
So,
Okay, well,
but yeah.
I used to think you're crazy, but
But
now I see your nuts. Drop the mic.
But anyway, I think Lex Luthor is going to be good.
great. Great, Jake.
You have no input other than
I
that.
don't. I don't care. I don't care anymore.
Not since the accident.
Not since the accident. I really don't. All right, let's actually talk about video games. Real video games, not Flappy Bird.
I guess.
Borderlands 2
Yes.
coming this
Oh,
spring
I'm excited.
to the PlayStation Vita with a bundle for $200.
With everything you need to play the game.
So you get $100 off of Vita. And it's the new model Vita, so it doesn't have 3G, but he uses that.
No one.
Borderlands 2 for free.
All of the DLC.
All of the DLC in Borderlands 2. Cross-platform saving. I don't know if it was
I don't.
cross-platform
It didn't
play.
say anything about cross-platform play, but I'm assuming so.
So that game is that's on the Vita. Now I don't know if that's actually going to sell any Vitas, but there you go. A discounted Vita, the new model, a little more round, a little more sleek, but it doesn't have the OLED screen. But it's $200 and comes with a free copy of Borderlands 2.
It's so worth it.
I'd say it's a pretty good deal,
This bundle is the best Vita bundle.
especially as a PlayStation 4 owner. I have to get a Vita soon because they're going to be unrolling all kinds of crazy shit for that.
Yep.
I want that. Jake, you have nothing to say. You literally just look like...
Do you not want a Vita?
I don't play Borderlands.
You not even with your bros?
I don't have bros.
We're your bros.
You're not my bros.
We make bro out all the time.
I make.
I'll just continue talking about Sony. So, also with Sony, I have a lot of news that's not organized. Sony says that their profits went up 64.6% just due to the PS4 alone. Due to how well their consoles have been selling lately, their entire revenue stream has been up 64%.
That's
which is
insane.
excellent from last year. I don't think they're actually in the making money, but I think they're doing really good. So I don't know what Microsoft's numbers look like, but I imagine they aren't super great.
Yeah, just
They're
along
probably
with like
still solid though.
along with Nintendo. God, Nintendo.
Do you- but like Microsoft has this other things other than
Exactly.
So does Sony, though.
yeah, so does Sony, but
I think Sony has more things than Microsoft.
Yep. The PS2 is still alive and well.
I mean,
Not really, but
I mean,
PS1 is still doing its thing.
I know,
man.
still out
still
there.
trucking along.
The original Game Boy is still there too, man.
Sony loves how that Game Boy. They made that thing.
I love when Sony came out with the Game Boy,
I know.
and then the same thing, but pretty much sideways, the Game Boy Advance.
The Sony Game Box.
This one's all too real.
Are you okay?
It should have been the PlayStation Game Box. That would have been a way better name for the Vita.
No.
The
Are you
PlayStation
serious?
Game Box would have been
it's a
sweet.
sphere.
It's
It's a Saphir.
it's a
It's a sphere.
it's a Saphir. I can't wait until that Saphir comes out.
It's a spear.
The Game
It's just
Sphere.
You just
shaped
you
like
just-
a spear.
and you throw it at your friends.
The
and
PlayStation Game
impale
Sphere.
your friends.
It's spherical. Spherical. I'm glad you remember that show. What else?
Jesus.
Sony. More good news for Sony because, I mean, let's be honest, we all enjoy Sony over here. Maybe a little too much.
Well,
Payday 2, free tomorrow.
tomorrow.
PlayStation Plus, get it. It's free.
Free.
It's free. I'll
It's
play it.
$40 free.
I'll play it.
I'll play it too.
You play it with me?
Yeah, I'll play with you
You want to play with me?
very intimately.
I'll play with you back.
I'll play with your
Oh,
pony.
I knew that. I know you would. Can't resist this.
What did you say, Jake?
I'll play with your pony.
You want to play with my pony? You want to stroke its mane?
I'm so sick of ponies.
Me too, man.
All I did Saturday was stand, and Friday. I stood next to ponies for 20 hours.
Were they actual ponies, like
Real
little
Shetland
Shetland ponies?
What does that mean? What do you just did next to ponies?
He guarded the ponies.
Oh, okay.
Are you? Are
people
you?
need to know about my intimate
He's a
life.
pony
Are you,
guarder.
are you a guardian?
So,
He's a pony's guardian.
yeah.
You're a fucking
adopted
guardian.
a
For people who
pony.
actually care about who we are in real life, and I know you don't. I'm a security guard, so I just did a job at a chocolate fair, the Glendale Chocolate Fair to be specific, or to be really correct, it's the Glendale Chocolate A Fair because it's all about love and romance and all that.
And his
Was it
home,
really called a fair?
his home?
The Glendale Chocolate Affair,
if you want to
Really?
know his home address, it's 7382 North
Northwest
22nd Avenue.
Northwest.
22nd Drive.
Yes.
It's north and west. It's on a diagonal street.
Yeah.
86753.
There's only one diagonal street in Phoenix. For those of you who don't know,
Grand.
Grand Avenue.
I feel like there are more.
There are more, but there's nothing. There's nothing that goes across the entire
Nothing
city.
significant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
So I did a security job at this chocolate thing, and I was next to ponies for 17 hours, just watching little kids ride these poor ponies. They're all dudes, but they're all like 4 feet tall. They all have pretty ribbons in their tails, and their manes are perfectly groomed, and they walk
I
around
thought
in
you were
a circle.
talking about the people who were riding.
I,
the
I
ponies.
thought you were too for a
Oh
second.
no!
They're
I'm
all
talking about
dudes,
the actual.
right?
They're all
This
dudes
pony.
riding ponies.
No, I'm
They're all
talking
4
about
feet tall. I'm like,
the-
holy shit.
the
They all have
actual-
ribbons in
They
their
all
tails.
And I'm like, no, he's not talking about
The actual
What's happening?
the ponies. No, and then you just watch them like step in their own shit and piss for 17 hours, and dudes just getting out the dustpan, sweeping up shit. And
So did you have to tackle
there's
anybody?
no, I didn't have to tackle. Everyone was really nice to
He
me,
didn't have to, but he did.
and nobody stood next to me, and I still smell like ponies, which means I smell like my hometown. And all I did was watch country music, and I got paid $9.50 an hour to tell people where a trolley goes.
You watched country music?
I did watch country music. I also watched Latin music, a really, really good blues band that like covered Eric Clapton very well. And
there was live music there?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It was pretty cool, and I got to just stand there and watch it because it was right in front of me. And yeah, so there you go. That's Brad's real life.
I'm just rubbing my nasty foot all over your yo-yo.
That's okay. I don't use that
It's a
one.
good sentence to just say. I'm rubbing my nasty foot all over your yo-yo.
You just showered.
No, I didn't.
And the final piece of
Okay.
Sony news this week is that the Order 1886 won't actually have any multiplayer.
That's
Which in a
Sony
PS
news?
That's a Sony exclusive. That's the guys who made the Killzone PlayStation Vita game,
Okay.
the God of War PSP games,
Oh.
Ready at Dawn.
I don't know, but okay.
Ready at Dawn. They're making that PS4 game. It's the Order 1886. If you don't know about it, it looks like a game it's a steampunk game. There's a bunch of dudes with high. I don't even know I don't think fantasy is the right word. Just
Isn't it about werewolves or something?
yes,
like
it's
that?
about some kind of werewolves and dudes with guns made of brass cogs are firing electrical beams at shadows, and it looks really cool. But there's no multiplayer, which in a future that is going to be focused on multiplayer, that is an interesting prospect.
I don't know. That kind of kills it for me a little bit
That doesn't for me at all.
because I like playing with the bros. No,
I think you can fuck off. I like playing with myself.
I love playing with myself too. I think that
because you two are lonely people.
we are, and it's been
All
a long time since there's been
people.
just a game
Do
that's
they
just
all
single
come
player.
from?
I can't even think of one.
That's just
BioShock Infinite.
Dishonored.
Dishonored. That was 2 years ago.
Yeah, that was 2
That was
years
2 years ago.
Well, you're in
BioShock Infinite, that's a good example.
Dishonored was 2012.
Yeah,
October.
BioShock Infinite.
BioShock Infinite.
Can't think of anything
DMC
else.
Devil May Cry.
Yeah,
Yep.
that was last year.
Was it?
Yeah.
Was
It was like March of last year.
February.
Was it? Wow.
This is right.
I really can't think of a single game that is just single player.
Other than like indie
Other than those
games.
two.
Final Fantasy
No.
7.
That came out in 1997. And the PlayStation 1 wasn't really capable of online play.
Oh, I got it. Final Fantasy 13-3.
Pac-Man.
13.2 doesn't have online.
Lightning Returns.
Neither does 13. Those games are old now. Lightning Returns doesn't have online.
That's
Sonic.
coming out pretty soon.
What?
Sonic.
The new Sonic. Actually, that's not on the list, but there's been a ton of outrage over the design of the new Sonic.
I know,
Oh,
it looks
the-
so dumb.
It looks dumb, but
The show?
yeah,
Yeah.
And the game.
and the game,
The
which is
game's
based
gonna,
off
like,
of the show.
Really?
Yeah.
What's with Knuckles?
Why is Knuckles 7'6"?
And
He
why
looks like
does
a
he-
motherfucker.
He looks like a bulldozer.
I don't know,
Dude,
dude.
he
I think
looks
they-
awesome.
I think they all look awesome, dude.
He's got dreadlocks, and
I
he
think
looks the exact same, other than that he's 7'6" and
I think the
taking
coolest
steroids.
one,
Yeah.
the coolest looking one is like the pink. I forget what she's called.
Amy,
Amy.
She looks.
she's a dude.
She
Don't
looks
ever,
like
don't
the
actually
most
ever say
normal.
that. Dude,
out
Amy
of-
is like the shittiest character
I know,
ever
but I
designed.
know.
in,
I
like,
hated Amy. It's like the original.
She's
But
my
like,
fa- she's my favorite.
but she looks
That
the most
alligator.
normal.
Victor, Hector,
that guy's the shit. man.
Hector,
The alligator.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's the business. You know.
Charmy,
You're thinking of Gex.
Okay.
Gex, the lizard. Jeez.
Oh my god, that game existed.
I bet we
Yeah.
could buy Gex. I bet we could buy the actual rights to Gex.
Oh man.
Yeah.
It's who owns Gex? They haven't made a game about him in like 20 years.
Spyro too, but Activision. Oh no, Activision is using
No, Skylanders.
Skylanders.
Yep.
Yeah.
Speaking of Activision, this is big news. Call of Duty is now on a 3-year cycle, which that means there's going to be
From
a Call of Duty.
Activision.
Are you saying Batman wasn't big news?
There's going to be a Call of Duty every year, just like Batman. But instead of, having now developers
There's no Batman for the next 2 years, you asshole.
now every Call of Duty has 3 years to be worked on. So you're still getting a Call of Duty every year, but now there's 3 studios heading up Call of Duty.
What's the third studio gonna be?
Sledgehammer Games.
I thought that was only for online.
I have no clue.
Okay. That sucks.
Really?
That really does suck. You want to talk about how to kill your franchise? Make your final game the next Infinity Ward game, and that's it. Please don't make any more.
Yep.
I don't know, man. It's like good and bad.
How long is it going to take for people to realize that those games are not any good?
Yeah.
They have been using the same design for 7 years.
They've been using the same everything, the same
Yeah.
little models that they put in the game.
Maybe if
that's
they
all
have-
the same. All the cars are the same. All the buildings are the same, just rearranged.
Maybe
Even the
if
guns
they
are the
have
same.
3
Guns
years,
shoot the same way.
Maybe if they have 3 years though, to like,
To just do the same shit they've been doing.
I don't know, but like,
I wouldn't mind working in Activision because then I can just sit on my ass and reskin
every single thing. Yep.
Yeah, reskin. That's all they do.
but like
Except you have to slave over
maybe
it.
like having 3 years to actually work on the game may be good for the developers to actually
I don't
work on the goddamn game instead of rushing them out super quick. Granted, you're gonna see a goddamn Call of Duty game every fucking year, and
Like we have for 7 years.
but if I'm gonna see a Call of Duty game every year anyway, I might as well see it like a new one every 3 years,
No.
from the developers.
You're going to hate this. Everyone's going to hate
I'm
this.
gonna hate this, but they're gonna keep continuing making these stupid games.
If you're the
either
people
way.
supporting
The
Call of Duty, please
fact
stop.
that they're
and I'm
still
I'm
making
sick
it.
of what Battlefield is doing too, so I'm not any better.
But they're gonna be doing this anyway.
The
And
fact-
don't you think it would be better?
The fact that they're still making
I
it
don't
is the part that upsets me.
Yeah. I mean that's
Like,
what
just end it.
that's what upsets all of us gamers.
Just
But
end it.
Every single gamer.
but there's so many casual gamers,
Yeah.
Yep.
People
And
get
that's-
home and
that's who
then play
plays it.
Call of Duty.
The gamer gamers like us are like
Like
fuck
us,
this.
we're so high and mighty.
So hardcore.
Yep.
So hardcore parkour.
I don't want to make you seem like shit, but
You make me feel like shit, Brad.
we all get the point. Call of Duty's old. You're not 7 years old, and there's nothing really that enjoyable about it anymore. So stop making Call of Duty, and they will never do it because it makes them so much money. Man, what else do I have? Okay, I do have a bunch of fighting games, but before I get into fighting games, we do have 2 final pieces of news. The Adventure Time creator, Pendleton Ward, he has 4 pitches for Double Fine. Now, there's no news that's come out of that since then.
That'd be weird.
But the guy who makes Adventure Time, teaming up with Double Fine, the people who made Stacking and Costume Quest and all those other great games, Brutal Legend, Psychonauts, and Broken Age, the guy who makes Adventure Time wants to do something with them, and that would make a sweet game.
That would be different.
What if he teamed up with J.G. Quintel from Regular Show, the creator of Regular Show?
Yeah.
I feel like they'd get along
And they'd
I
make
think-
or kill each other.
they should make an awesome RPG.
They went to the same school together, and I'm pretty sure he's worked on Adventure Time. J.G. Quintel, from time to time.
I don't know. I don't think he has, but they did go to the same school together.
Where was that?
Cal Arts. So, yeah, that's how J.G. Quintel worked on Flapjack and all that.
Yeah.
Cal Arts. So,
Makes sense.
I want to see something because Double Fine would be the only way to make. They'd be the best people to bring an Adventure Time game to, or like Obsidian. But who wants to go to Obsidian other than South Park? So,
I think that was South Park's last option.
What do you mean?
like no one else would make a South Park game other than those guys.
THQ?
Well, it's Obsidian technically.
Now.
Now it is.
No, Obsidian was always the developer. THQ was always the publisher.
Yeah.
So,
Oh.
yeah. And who wants to publish an Obsidian game? THQ.
THQ.
Not anymore.
Not anyone else.
Ubisoft. They would be
EA.
the people. Sega would be the next people I can think of. But Alpha Protocol kind of screwed them over, so they probably wouldn't do that again. Although I love Alpha Protocol.
Well, Sega has what Nintendo don't.
Sega does what Nintendo don't. Developer of Killer Instinct, Double Helix.
Way to ruin that.
So we might as well move into fighting games now. The people who make Killer Instinct, Double Helix, they just got bought by Amazon. The guys who
What?
made the new Killer Instinct for the Xbox One
Oh, yeah, I heard about this.
got bought by Amazon.
That's weird.
I don't
So
know what that means.
That
Is
mean-
Amazon going to start making games?
And are they going to start making fighting games?
And are they going to start making consoles?
What?
They're not going to go to those guys for
What?
consoles.
Way to blow my mind, man.
Dude, I can
Jesus.
see an Amazon phone or something.
A phone.
I can't
yeah.
see a console.
That'd be weird because
wanna
Google's got their own phone.
I wanna
Why
see,
wouldn't
like-
Amazon have their own phone?
Like the Google computer where all it is like a Google search. I
A
want to see an
netbook?
Amazon computer.
Where
Where
all
All
it's-
it is the
it's just
Amazon
Amazon.
storefront.
Just
shopping.
buy shit on Amazon.
It's a store for
That's
$300.
Wow.
And you can game on it because they bought those 2 games.
Oh God!
So-
They come up with a new keyboard configuration
It's like
other than
Buy,
the like QWERTY
sell.
keyboard.
money sign.
it's just 3 buttons.
Add to cart, checkout,
Check out.
and credit card number.
And the mouse just zips to like buy. That's all it does.
They don't have a mouse. It's just arrow keys. You just highlight whatever box you want.
It follows your eyeballs.
That's
That-
going to cost more than $300.
that is the future,
That's
though.
going to cost like $700.
Not if it's just 3 buttons and that's the only thing it has.
But it still has to follow your eyeballs.
It's still gonna have to have a keyboard for you to type.
No.
No, just buy.
No, just
Maybe buy.
No, whatever's
you have
on
a
the
set
front
of arrow
page.
keys.
Just whatever's on the front
Add to
page.
cart and checkout, and those are the only buttons you need.
How do you search for anything?
You just
Arrow keys.
use the arrow keys. You go to
go to
toys, and then you scroll
catalogs.
down
Yeah.
to games. Yeah.
Yeah, you're
Just
like
category, subcategory.
It's like-
buy.
When you
it's like typing on the old PlayStation. Like you have to scroll.
you have to scroll. Yeah. Once you use the arrow keys to go up to the search box, and then you press the
Oh,
checkout
okay.
button,
I can
and then
see
a
that.
whole keyboard comes up, and then you have to select all the letters one by one
God,
using the
how
arrow keys.
annoying would that
You
be?
you can plug you can plug your controller into it, but only the analog stick works.
Yeah. And only the Steam controller works.
So only the touchpad analog stick works. That's it.
Yep.
Only the Steam controller works, though.
And the select button,
Why?
just cause.
Because
That's
nobody
that's the
uses
checkout
select
button.
No, it's just select button.
Did you know, dude? There's not
Brings
going
up
to
the
be
options.
brings up the
Is the Steam
settings.
controller going to be the last controller with a select button? Does the Wii U have a select button?
Let's face it. The PlayStation 4 has a select button. It's just not called.
It's
a
called
select.
share.
It's called
not a
options.
select button.
It's called options.
That's the
s-
start button.
They switch sides then.
No.
No,
Yeah.
Options
he's
is
right.
start.
He's right because there is no select button on it.
Options is start.
Yeah.
Share is select.
Oh, you're so right.
Yeah.
Dude, we've been talking about the PlayStation 4 for almost a year.
The select button has never had a use for any game other than bringing up options, which you can do in the start menu anyway.
I'm trying to
It's
remember.
usually like
A map.
No,
maps
there
or
is-
something.
Yeah, you could bring up a map.
Yeah, there's actually games that do use select.
But now you've got that new middle button, right?
A new
You
triple
know?
middle button.
Like select is also like inventory in a couple games.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, you totally added that new middle button, which could
The
be select.
touchpad could
yeah.
be whatever. So
Yeah.
It's not awkward as I thought it was. As I thought it was going to be. That touchpad
but there's
thing.
no more select buttons in video games anymore.
I don't think so.
The Xbox
'Cause
One doesn't
options is
have a
Wii.
select button.
The options is on Wii too. It doesn't have settings or select or whatever.
Does it have start?
It has home. I don't know. I don't know the Wii controller.
Does it have
that well.
select and start? Darn. I don't know that. How do we get on? How do we get on this topic?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, Killer Instinct.
Being sold
That
to
makes sense.
Amazon,
That
where we
makes a
just
lot of
went on
sense.
our tangent about Amazon making a console.
Also, Microsoft still owns Killer Instinct, so they won't let that go.
That's okay.
That's
I don't
just
mind.
that's just a whole stupid situation.
I don't.
Because
mind.
Killer Instinct was Rare, so Microsoft buys Rare, and then they say, "Hey, remember the Rare? Remember the game that you guys made called Killer Instinct? We're gonna give this to this other guy, and they're gonna make it
Because you suck.
because you're gonna make the next Donkey Kong Country on the Xbox One."
That.
Oh.
But
Nintendo would never
Nintendo
let that
has-
happen.
Nintendo
Nintendo would
has
burn down
Donkey
the
Kong.
headquarters. Yonkadong.
Yonkadonk, Dinky King.
So, fighting games. Let's talk about the fighting game that only Jake and I are going to care about. EA UFC.
UFC.
Yes.
It was kind of funny because we were playing UFC Undisputed, and then EA UFC just got announced today. So EA UFC, I didn't like EA MMA at all. But EA UFC didn't show any gameplay, so I'm probably going to hate it. But it looks so good.
It looks good. It looks pretty.
God. Next gen hardware looks so good.
I never played that MMA, the EA MMA game. And I hope that they do something different from it because I hear it's just fucking awful, but we'll find out, maybe.
All the AI did, all they did was take you to the ground. They never stood up and fought with you. They just take you to the ground every fight.
I hate that.
EA MMA. So, EA UFC.
I'm sure they would update that. We're in the next generation here.
But the ground is where the battle really starts.
Yeah.
And honestly,
It's
I don't
just-
like...
Let the humping begin.
I think
Yeah.
the right stick was good in Fight Night because you just have two arms. So you move the right stick to the left and your left arm would punch. You move the right stick to the right and your right arm would punch. And that made sense.
You can't ultimate punch?
It was R2.
Okay.
You hold in R2 and then you move the stick for a haymaker, for a big punch. But that made sense because that was quick, accurate, and you had two arms. This
Okay.
involves all four limbs, and it didn't work very well with the AMMA because now the stick was punches and kicks, and it didn't work. I didn't think it was good or intuitive at all. So I hope
It
EA
sounds like it'd be
UFC
messy.
it just works better with buttons. It's just one of those fighting games. So by one of those fighting games, Fight Night's the only fighting game that uses the right stick. But still, I hope EA UFC does like a conventional control scheme and not Fight Night because that game is not as fun to play like that. It's a lot harder. Fighting games I actually do care about though. Oh, also, they're putting Chuck Liddell in EA UFC,
Yep.
which, dude,
Chuck
that guy hasn't
Liddell.
fought in like 5 years.
Yep. He's been retired for a long time. Same with, they put George St. Pierre in there. And
Yep, he just
too.
retired though. That's
I
more
don't-
acceptable.
I don't follow the fighting
You know
scene.
who George St. Pierre
who-
is though.
I know who.
You know who
Jake-
Chuck Liddell is, too.
Chuck Liddell.
He's the big dude.
He's the white dude with a shaved, like, very short mohawk, and he always wore blue and gray trunks. He was called the Iceman, and he has the worst case of cauliflower ear.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe. Probably.
If you saw a picture of him, you know who he is.
Probably. I just have an awful memory.
So,
It's all the heroin.
It's all that heroin.
the one thing that doesn't affect your memory.
It's not
Or
really.
does it?
It's not really heroin. It's the cocaine.
I can't remember.
That's because he does heroin. So the final thing we have today, fighting games we actually do care about. We have EVO, the games announced for EVO this year. Ultra Street Fighter 4, Marvel vs. Capcom 3, well, the new one. Injustice, Gods Among Us,
That's not a fighting game.
Killer Instinct,
That is a fighting game.
King of Fighters 13,
How can you not call that a
And
fighting game?
Blaze Blue Cheese Pizza.
Because
I don't remember. It's like Chrono. If you're playing Blaze Blue, you should stop. So,
Injustice is all like it's very like
so the
broken.
game-
It's
so the
totally a
only
fighting
game-
game,
It's
though.
broken though. It shouldn't be in the Evo.
So the only game in that list that I care about is Skullgirls.
Okay.
Oh, Skullgirls is in there?
No.
No,
What the fuck are they doing? Who's still playing Injustice?
I don't know.
I play it all the time. I've actually never played it. I don't even know.
It's fun. It's just casual.
I would always be Aquaman, though.
I'm really excited to see
Every time.
Ultra Street Fighter. Aquaman was awesome in that game.
I
He's
just-
so good in
I
that
remember
game.
seeing gameplay of it, and like just when your finisher
That
is like
giant wave,
just a
dude.
giant wave, and a shark would come out of nowhere and just like demolish.
It wasn't
you.
even like a atomically correct. Is that what it is?
Anatomically.
Anatomically correct shark. It was just like a shark with teeth, like human teeth, just sticking out. And
I would
it
like
doesn't
to
make
see
any
a
sense.
shark with human teeth.
I can talk all day about fighting
I
games.
can bring them up.
Evo, what are you doing? All right, Ultra Street Fighter 4, that's understandable because it's a new Street Fighter, and that actually, the way that they're changing the super system looks to be very good. I believe what they're doing. I haven't kept up with Ultra Street Fighter 4. But the new thing I believe they're doing is before a match, you can only pick one super move. And generally, that super move would dictate how you're going to fight. Like, if you picked an anti-air move for your super move, like, if someone picked a character that jumps a lot, you're like, all right, I want the super that does anti-air because they're going to be jumping a lot.
Right.
However, in this game, you can have, I believe, you can have both supers accessible at any time you want, and now they just do half damage each.
Oh,
So now
okay.
characters like Zangief, who now has an anti-air or ground available whenever he wants as a super, is going to make him amazing. But I believe you can, if you just want one super, it does full damage. I believe they're doing something like that, and that's going to be cool to see how that changes the competitive scene. I think we're going to see a lot less rush down with Yoon and things like that, or it could be absolutely wrong and it's going to be played the same way. There's Marvel vs. Capcom 3, which I don't care about even though I'm an American.
Is it Ultimate Marvel versus
Yes.
Capcom?
Yes, it's Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. They would never play vanilla.
No.
If they did, I would actually watch
Yeah.
vanilla Ultimate. I would watch vanilla Marvel.
Just with like 6 characters on each
Salty
side.
bet.
it's
Salty.
it's still got like 40 people, but it's just so broken.
It is broken.
It's awesome. I would so watch that.
Salty bet.
Salty Bet. Yeah, Salty Bet needs to be on there.
Salty Bet isn't an actual fighting
Well,
game.
whatever that fighting game
It's
is that they use.
It's Mugen, but
Yeah.
all you'd have to do is pick rare Akuma and win every fight. So no. Injustice Gods Among Us, I could talk about
Mexican
for days
Goku.
about how much I hate that game. That game is no good. If you know what, if people can still play it, that's fine. And I know that Evo is the place to go for fighting games, but I still think that game is total shit.
It's not a bad game.
It's a bad game.
It's not a good fighting game.
Like 70% of the characters are zone characters. So if you like just spamming projectiles all game, that's a good game for you.
Yep.
And zone's the only right way to play that game. Superman is brokenly good. Aquaman is okay. That game is just shit. I don't know why Skullgirls isn't on this list.
Where's Tekken?
They haven't made a new Tekken in years.
Wasn't that supposed to be like a Tekken cross Street
When-
Fighter?
when
that
did-
comes out?
Yes, and nobody knows what's happened to that
When the
game.
hell
I
did
think
s-
Street Fighter Cross Tekken ruined that whole thing.
Really?
Yeah. I don't
hate
think they're going to
Street Fighter
make
cross Tekken.
When did Schoolgirls come out?
Schoolgirls?
School.
You wish it was Schoolgirls.
It kind of is already.
I feel like I want to say it's 2013, but I have a strong feeling it's 2012.
End of
So, I mean,
2012,
that's-
beginning
that's
of
not a-
April 2012.
That's not a new
Yeah?
game, so I mean, like,
Well, neither is
April.
Ultimate Marvel versus Capcom.
Neither is Street Fighter 4.
Yeah.
yeah, but those are classics.
Yeah, I know. That there'd be no reason for them to not do that.
What's BBCP?
Blaze Blue.
Oh, who plays that?
Peep.
Okay, I won't ask.
The wrong kind of people play Blaze Blue.
Brad.
No, I don't play
Brad
Blaze
plays
Blue.
Blaze Blue.
I don't
He
care
also
about
plays
Iceland.
King of Fighters.
I'm not Mexican enough to play King of Fighters. Nor am I good enough at fighting games to play King of Fighters. That's a man's game.
King of Fighters is pretty cool.
Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, that's American football.
Yep.
And King of Fighters is football. They're
I can
completely
see it.
different sports, but one's an actual better game. And the final
Football.
piece of news is that Skullgirls Encore, which, okay, I might as well just talk about Skullgirls. I used to play a lot of Skullgirls. I sort of just dropped off the map on that. I played Solo Bella, if you know what that means. Skullgirls, I actually got semi-decent at. I'm not a total poo-pooer. I'm still not good by in any stretch of the word, but I can play some Skullgirls. And it got pulled off the PlayStation Store and the Xbox Store because the original publisher of the game was Konami. And Konami just kind of screwed the developers over by saying, oh, to do that, you have to, if you want this patch out, you got to do this, and we won't allow you to release a patch this often, and if you want to do that, we deserve a cut of the funds, and you still owe us a ton of money. So Konami just basically treated the developers like shit, and they said, okay, well, we don't really want to deal with you anymore, and said, okay, well, then we're going to pull your game off the store. And they did. And so
Was there a
Skullgirls has been...
Kickstarter?
No.
Oh, I feel like there could have been.
There was a Kickstarter, but it wasn't for the game to be on the PlayStation Network. Their Kickstarter was, I think it was Indiegogo. It was just to fund a bunch of extra characters in progress that they are now including in the re-release Skullgirls Encore. If you have Skullgirls, you get Skullgirls Encore for free. If you don't, none of the DLC is like compatible with it, but it is the most updated version of Skullgirls. It is the final stable PC release, and it does come with Squiggly, which is one of the characters that they had promised, and then Konami said, no, we won't allow you to do that. And so it does come with the new character that they had developed. Comes out tomorrow, I believe, on the PlayStation Network and Xbox 360.
Oh, so big update for the PlayStation.
Well, big update for the Xbox because the PlayStation was the one that still got updated a little bit.
Well, I mean,
the Xbox didn't receive like a single update.
I mean, the store in general is going to be updated on the PlayStation.
Yeah, Tuesday.
Yeah.
I remember it used to be Thursday. Those were the days. 2009.
When Xbox 360 had blades.
When Xbox 360 controlled 90% of the market.
When Call of Duty was good.
When PlayStation Home was still in beta.
Yeah, man. Remember?
It still is in beta.
When-
It's been 6 years.
When PlayStation first came out at $600.
It was still $500 in 2008.
Jeez.
Remember when Call of Duty was good?
I do.
No,
I miss those
Call of Duty
days, too.
4.
That was a lot
COD
of fun.
4.
COD 4 was a good game.
That was the best one.
I didn't like World at War.
I didn't.
I liked
either.
Modern Warfare 2.
I did.
That was a good one.
It was fun.
And then
I
they all
didn't like
just kinda
Black
went,
Ops.
"Wah."
Well, actually, I did. I had some okay times with Black Ops.
I didn't.
And Modern Warfare 3 was stupid.
Yep.
And Black Ops 2 is stupid.
Yep.
And I don't know anyone who plays Ghosts.
Yep.
So
But apparently it did really good.
Did it?
Yeah.
I didn't hear anything on it.
It
Which
made
surprised
a
me.
shit ton of money.
it made it's still the best selling game
Yeah.
ever. I think.
Really?
Call
Yeah.
of Duty Ghosts. Yeah.
It beat out
Grand Theft Auto.
Grand Theft Auto. Yeah.
Only because parents are irresponsible and stupid.
Oh, speaking of which, I was at Grand Theft Auto release night. There was like a 4-year-old kid buying. Well, he wasn't 4, but he was a really young kid buying Grand Theft Auto. He shouldn't have been playing Grand Theft Auto at all, and his mom had no idea. Like she
Dude,
just
you
walked,
should've.
She just walked out of the store with like, "What have I done? I'm a terrible parent." kind of look on her face, like so embarrassed about herself, like her son beat her or something like that. I don't know.
Awesome.
It
You
was-
should have just. I would have been that dick. I would have just been like, "Ma'am, you do realize this is a game rated M for blood, violence, and drug use.
Sexual.
A lot of sexual references.
It's called Grand Theft
in the
Auto.
in the first about 8 hours of the game, you meet this new character who cooks meth, sells
Yeah.
meth, does meth, and the way you meet him is you see him fucking a biker prostitute in the ass as he watches his friend rob a bank on TV.
And then he beats
And then
and
the
then
mom
he
just-
beats her boyfriend to death.
Yeah, then he beats the prostitute's boyfriend to death.
This is
At
like,
which point you see him stomp his head in with brain matter left on his boots, and you bought that game for your 6-year-old son.
Yeah, he was somewhere around
You
there,
should
6 or
have just been
7.
like, man, I would have just ruined that 6-year-old kid's life. I
that,
would have done it.
Like I felt
that's something a
so
7-year-old needs to learn, though. You know?
Yeah,
life is
you're
hard.
right. I learned all my math
Math.
on the streets.
Yeah, meth.
You know, if LaQuisha needs to turn 3 tricks and I need $70 to support my cocaine habit, how many tricks does LaQuisha have to turn? I learned all my math on the streets.
Yeah.
That's like simple math though.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
But still, that's the best way
And
to
you're
learn it.
rolling with people named LaQuisha.
rolling.
There is a
Rolling
release
on the
calendar,
river.
and I'm not going to release. There's a lot of games coming
Hey, yo,
out this
you in the
week.
denim leotard.
Me?
No, not you. You in the mom jeans.
What?
Yeah, in the denim
In the
leotard.
denim
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's an ad.
It totally is.
Okay.
There is a
Anyways,
release
the
calendar.
release
Talking, they
calendar.
can't hear it.
There's almost 20 games coming out. There's a lot. But we didn't, honestly, just look it up. Just look up what games are coming out. The big games this week, Final Fantasy 13-3, Lightning Returns. It's not
It's not
the actual
13-3,
name, but
it's just 13.
13-3.
Lightning returns.
Danganronpa, that's on the 360 and PS3. Danganronpa, Trigger Happy Havoc on the Vita and the 3DS, I believe. John, that one's for you. No one else is going to play that game unless you do like Danganronpa, in which case, thank you for listening to our show. You're kind of cool. In a World of Tanks, the 360 version on the 360. There's a couple other great
What?
games.
The 360 version comes out on the 360?
Yep,
What the hell, man?
I know.
What about like the PlayStation 4? Isn't that supposed to come out for that too?
World of Tanks?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, isn't the PS4 supposed to come out this week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a ton of games
I
coming
mean, in
out. A lot
Japan.
of 3DS games, especially. There are some good Vita games coming out, but there's like 25 million of them. Just look them up yourself. So, is this the end of the show?
Yeah.
Is this awesome, my PP? My pepe.
This is
That was for you, John.
This was episode 4, even though it's
There was
really
no 3.
This is,
the third episode.
yeah,
but
I guess.
It's episode 4.
Well, thanks for listening. It's been a great Monday, February the 10th. I'm your
good
host,
day.
Brad Vitrios,
I'm Jake.
I'm Nick.
and you listen to the Deus Man Cave.
Like, subscribe.
The show where we talk about
The show where we talk about men, caves, and gaming, but mostly caves.
Mostly man caves.
And
caves.
and
And
Deus.
And Deoses. So,
And douses.
I hope you have a great week. Don't hurt yourself. Have fun. Stay in school. Don't do drugs.
Do all the drugs.
Drink your
Drop
milk.
out of school.
Don't take school too seriously.
Don't listen to your mom.
Take your vitamins.
Don't take your vitamins.
Respect your mama, though. Respect your mama.
Beat your mom.
Don't beat your mom. Respect her, but don't listen to her. Thanks for listening.
Like, subscribe,
Don't forget to spay and neuter
Like,
your pets.
subscribe.
comment,
Check out Facebook
favorite.
at
Facebook.com.
www.facebook.com/remnants.
I think it's Remnants Rocks.
Is it
Yeah.
Remnants Rocks with an RAWX?
I don't know. Check us out at deusmancave.com. That doesn't exist.
That doesn't exist.
That doesn't exist.
YouTube.com/DeusManCave.
Facebook.com/DeusManCave.
Like the video, comment the video, and subscribe if you want to see more videos similar to this one.
If you'd like to see my PP,
Contact
actually-
Jacob directly.
I actually need to get YouTube closer.
Facebook.com/I-like-penis.
just leave a YouTube video response.
Down at the bottom there.
Is
Those
that
don't
a
exist
thing?
anymore.
Okay.
You
like-
can't do that anymore?
They don't exist anymore.
Why not?
Because, man, they weren't popular.
People didn't
That's
do 'em.
stupid.
So I think you guys should leave me video responses anyway. Figure it out.
When did they remove that?
The last update.
That's so stupid. That was like all the cool kids do that.
Yeah, all the cool.
All the cool kids did video responses.
Yeah.
This is my pee-pee. 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 This is my pee-pee.